Okay, so good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, before I start my presentation, I would like to ask you, why do you do exercises? And do you know the benefit you can gain from exercise? Okay, so many of us may be doing exercises for recreational purposes. And as we know, the most frequent practical sport in amongst young people in our country is game-like sport, for instance, like basketball or football or badminton, that kind of sport, right? So, uh, besides the recreational purpose, the exercise have many health benefits. It can increase our mood, it can increase our physical fitness, so we can do more activity without get exhausted too early, and it could increase our quality of life. Okay, so amongst medical workers, there is something that we call inactivity related disorder. This is disorder that most likely will happen in the people with sedentary lifestyle. The first is cardiovascular disease. Uh, the form of this disease is like hypertension or coronary artery disease, that kind of disease. With exercises, it could decrease the our blood pressure, and it could decrease our cholesterol concentration in our blood vessel. The excessive cholesterol concentration, it could lead to the form of plaque within our blood vessel, and this plaque could block our blood circulation. And if that happens in our brain, it could lead to stroke, and if that happens in the heart, it could lead to what we call heart attack. And the second is metabolic disease. The form of this metabolic disease is like the most common form is type 2 diabetes. The low activity group had like 35 and 26% greater risk of getting type 2 diabetes than in high activity group. And type 2 diabetes complication could lead to the other condition like cardiovascular disease. And the last is breast cancer. In the people with low physical activity, it have 25% more risk to get breast cancer than in the people with high activity group. Actually, there is more disorder that could happen because of uh, sedentary lifestyle, but this three is the most common in our country. So the suggestion to do exercises, it has been arise more than 2000 years ago by ancient Greek doctor Hippocrates, that renowned as a father of medicine, right? So he stated that with exercises, we it could increase our health, and we can develop more well, and it slower the aging process. And it has been proven in the modern science. Okay, so HIIT. What is HIIT, or high intensity interval training? Is a form of interval training that involves short bursts of super intense exercise with period of rest or lower intensity exercises. So this this method of exercises, I think, is the best method for the people in the modern days. Why? I will tell you the reason in the next slide. Okay, first, time. The many of people nowadays complaining that I don't have time. I'm very busy. I have to do this. I have to do that. So I don't have time to do exercise. So in typical HIIT workout, it's usually only takes 5 to 45 minutes per session. So I think it's very effective for you who have a very tight schedule and very busy person, this is the right method of exercise. And some studies have been proven that these HIIT exercise have the same effectiveness and could give us the same beneficial with the traditional training like jogging or cycling, but with a more short period of time. So I think it's more effective. Maybe some of you have heard a suggestion that we at least need to exercise 3 hours a week to get optimum beneficial from exercise. But the point is not the time we spend, but the energy we expenditure. So in the short period of time in HIIT workout, you can expend the same energy as the traditional workout. So it's more effective. And the next reason why it's suitable for the people nowadays, it doesn't require much time and equipment. You can do it. It doesn't need much space and equipment. You can do this workout in your home before you go to the office, and it doesn't require much equipment. The equipment you need is only your shoe and that sport map. But even though without that equipment, you still can perform this exercise. So it doesn't cost you much. And you don't need to go to the gym or somewhere. You can do it everywhere. And the next reason is it have a variety of movement. Not like in the traditional training like jogging or cycling that you do the same movement over and over again. In these exercises, you have a more variety of movement, so you will more or less likely to get bored. Not like in the monotone training, like jogging, you will more likely to get bored, right? In this method, you can do a move like jumping jack, squat, push up, and many other variety. So I think people will not get bored easily with this kind of exercise. And next, how to do it? Is there any protocol to do this exercise? So first, if you have a medical condition like diabetes or cardiovascular disease, or you have any of one of these three symptoms like chest tightness, or you have dizziness or knee joint, you may need to consult to the healthcare provider to find the most suitable exercise you can do. And then don't overdo it. Don't ever overdo it just to stop because you have other fatigue, exhausted, you get injured, or you get bored of it. So 2 to 3 times a week and 30 minutes each session is enough. It's really enough. You can already get the optimal beneficial with that amount of time. So remember, the point is to avoid overtraining and know your body. Okay, so the last, before I close my presentation, I hope that you can excited to do exercise with this method. And I want to tell you that the best time to start exercise is now. So what are you waiting for? You can start your exercise and healthy lifestyle from today. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.